Gregg and Sharon were sitting in our living room and they were struggling to communicate with each other, and it was causing disconnection in their relationship. Both of them were honestly looking for answers. They wanted help to resolve a conflict. So Gregg said, I come home from work and I want to relax a little bit. Tonight I was watching TV and Sharon asked me to take out the garbage. I told her I'd do it when the show was over. And Sharon said, what a surprise. He sits there and does nothing while I do all the work. He's such a kid. Do you see what I put up with? Sharon was treating Gregg with contempt. So, number one, recognize contempt. When we started working with couples and we were eager to learn, and I don't think I really understood what contempt was or the impact it has on a relationship, I certainly didn't recognize it when I saw it. Now, I see it all the time. So Dr. John Gottman, one of the top marriage researchers in the world, identified contempt as one of the most poisonous behaviors inside of a relationship. He found this to be the number one predictor of divorce. Contempt is the opposite of respect. It's showing disrespect through words or actions. It's treating someone as inferior. It's placing yourself in a superior position. So here's some examples. You are such an idiot, or eye rolling, shaking your head in dismissal, name calling, a sarcastic tone of voice. You're such a kid. Well, number two, treat contempt as serious. Jesus put contempt right up there with killing. He said, "You have heard that it was said to an older generation, 'Do not murder, and whoever murders will be subjected to judgment. But I say to you that anyone who is angry with a brother will be subjected to judgment. And whoever insults a brother will be brought before the council, and whoever says fool will be sent to fiery hell.'" Wow, that's serious. Calling someone a fool is putting yourself in a superior position and putting them in an inferior position. When we treat someone like that, we are not acting in love. That's not treating someone with respect. 3, think of your partner as infinitely valuable. Contempt is often an outflow of our thoughts. It's fueled by thoughts that we dwell on. And dwelling about thoughts about our own superiority feels great, but it doesn't build our relationship. When we respect and love our partner, we treat them like they're of infinite value. We listen. If they have a problem with us, we take it seriously. We do this even if we disagree. After all, we respect their thoughts and their feelings. And if we dwell on how much better we are and how inferior our partner is, we will show contempt. If we dwell and think on how much we respect our partner and how much we want to understand when they do something that we disagree with, we will be more respectful. So I want to make a few comments about how we coach couples that show contempt. So Gregg and Sharon had a serious problem. Sharon regularly treated Gregg with contempt. And when we identified it, we asked Sharon about it. And Sharon explained that was how her family communicated. She had been brought up this way. And I asked Gregg, Gregg, how is it impacting you? And he wasn't really able to articulate it very well. And he knew he didn't like it, but he couldn't quite explain how it made him feel. So I suggested he read the book Love and Respect by Dr. Emerson Eggerichs. And Gregg's not a reader, but he said he'd give it a try. So he calls me one night and said he picked up the book. And he couldn't put it down. It was explaining exactly how he felt. When he was able to explain it to Sharon, she was able to get the impact her words were having on him. So they worked at it, and they were both able to slowly change their thoughts and their behaviors. So let me give you some tips. 1, recognize contempt. Learn to recognize it and help couples to understand when they're engaging in contempt. Sometimes we just don't even know we're doing it. 2, treat contempt seriously. Jesus treated contempt as something serious. And sometimes it seems like just such a small thing, but it can have a disastrous effect on a relationship. And 3, teach couples to think of their partner as infinitely valuable. Your couples can work on reducing contemptuous behavior. It's even better if you work on changing your thoughts, and thoughts will influence behavior. So those 3 tips again. 1, recognize contempt. 2, treat contempt seriously. And 3, teach couples to think of their partner as infinitely valuable.